Afterpay for selling property. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to look at the equivalent of Afterpay for selling property. Now this is an article from Yahoo Finance. Afterpay for selling your property, how to pay $25,000 later. Now, when I first heard of this, what I instantly thought of was real estate agents simply jacking up the price for all of the services that you need to pay, for the styling, for the 3D camera walkthroughs, for the web hosting. I can just see them jacking up the price and getting a deal with, Limeade, who are providing the Afterpay service for this. Now, I actually tried to, because as some of you know, I have a point cloud business where I rent out my point cloud scanning equipment and I use it for all of our architectural jobs. Now, I remember I had a networking event once and there was a gentleman who came and told me about this other technology he had, which was kind of like point cloud scanning, but took a 3D image and could host it up on a website. It was Matterport. So I rushed out and I foolishly bought this bloody thing. And I lost like five to 7 grand going through this because I was tied into their platform. I bought the equipment from the US and I thought, okay, this will be brilliant. We can use it for defects. We can get real estate agents to do their photography. And that's when I learned, this is when, sometimes you make stupid decisions in business. We all do, and you got to learn from them. That's when I learned that, well, real estate agents really don't charge that much money for these services, and they're really scant and tight. It's all a veneer. It is all a veneer of success. A lot of them aren't doing that well. So trying to get them to pay $500 to $1,000 to get out there and do a photo scan, they looked at you like you were nuts. So that was my adventure in that business. Probably also learned to do a little bit more research before I jump into things. Now, I'm not surprised because when we went to sell my mother's house, they were telling me, oh, you got to get this Matterport scan. It costs thousands of bucks. And I just laughed at them, mate. Bullshit. I'm not paying you more than $500. That's because I know what you pay the people that do it because I've got the equipment. So that was quite, I guess that was the benefit there. It saved my mother some money. So let's have a look at this. Selling your house is an onerous process and an expensive one too. Commissions paid to real estate agents can be as high as 3.5% of the property's price. Now, as an architect, that's really frustrating when a real estate agent can earn more than what you can get in fees for doing all the design, documentation, and coordination. It's frustrating. Our fees used to be a percentage of the construction price, which is even lower than the sale price. Oh, such is life. Meanwhile, other crucial fees like conveyancing, marketing, and auctioning your house can run as high as $14,000. I was talking to a real estate mate saying that they're pushed to use these other services, to use auctions to on-sell. Because you'd be surprised how often people will get like a commission or a fee. If a real estate agent ever recommends that you go to one of their mates or one of a person they know, they'll often get a backhander. They'll get like $100 as a finder's fee or that type of thing. Now, to me as an architect, because that would be considered a secret commission in some regards unless you declare it, but it's not something we do because there's an act that the Architects Act that I have to abide by. I can't take secret commissions. Interior designers, what they can do is they can provide you with a free design, but then they can get a share of all of the furniture they specify in it. That happens. That's one way of getting compensated. We can't do that as architects. So always be careful whenever someone recommends someone like this. So every cent counts, but imagine being able to defer some of those pesky fees. I mean, this is a nightmare. Afterpay for selling a property as well. After LimePay. In a new venture, domain and payment fintech firm LimePay have joined forces to help tackle this problem and ease up some cash flow strains for those looking to sell their home. The buy now, pay later product called Market Now essentially helps Australians afterpay on up to $25,000 in marketing fees. Oh boy. So even if you're not paying interest, it's just going to be hidden in the cost of the services that you provide. So through the platform, real estate agents are able to collect total marketing costs up front while allowing sellers to defer these payments. I bet you real estate agents would love that because they want to get paid up front. They want their money. They want it quick. I remember actually we had, because I was doing the conveyancing for my mother, and the real estate agent wanted us to release their payment early before everything had been addressed because the buyer had requested an extension of time on the settlement period because they had some issues with regards to dealing, moving from New South Wales to Queensland and dealing with their lawyers and whatever. It didn't really matter. We gave them an extension of time, no problem. It was no skin off our back, a couple of weeks. It's all fair and equitable. Yeah, that's fine. You want to give a little, take a little. Didn't really matter. I guess that's because my mother, when she was selling, she lived with us for a few months until she found something she wanted to get. She wasn't rushing. But the agent, he was ringing up going, no, you shouldn't have done that. You should have put the pressure down. You should have done this. I'll release my money now. And I'll go, no. What are you talking about, mate? Calm down. We're not doing it until it's all signed. Because you could bugger off and the deal falls apart. We won't get the money back. You got to watch these people. I thought that was quite funny. Sellers sometimes opt to skimp on marketing because they don't have the cash available up front. LimePay co-founder and CEO Tim Doyer told Yahoo Finance. Well, no, it's because it's bloody expensive what they're charging you, all the marketing. What do you need? Some nice photographs and an online listing. Is that it? What else do you need? That shouldn't cost 25 grand. It should cost $1,000, maybe two tops if you're paying for a listing. Marketing fees are paid on top of the agent commission fee and helps put the property in the best possible light, covering things like professional photography, video production, listings on real estate websites, billboards in front of the house, digital marketing, and other advertising on printed material. All these costs can vary depending on different factors like the market, the property itself, and even the advertising schedule, said Dwyer. But the app, of course it's an app, but the app aims to make these marketing services more affordable without too much pressure on their cash flow, he added, describing it as a win-win for both agents and vendors. Agents can continue to grow their business, whilst vendors have more flexibility to manage their budget without sacrificing an essential step in the home selling process. The Buy Now, Pay Later product is being rolled out to more than 40 agencies across Australia's eastern seaboard. See, this isn't to help consumers. This is to help real estate agents. That's what it'll be. Because this fintech is coming in and taking a slice of the marketing fees of all of these real estate agents because the agents want to get paid. They want their cash flow. They've got to keep the money flowing in. There were people that I remember advertising to come in and they will pay your invoice straight away and then collect it on your behalf. I remember that. And that I can see how some people find that quite appealing, just to keep the cash flow coming in, particularly if you've got a big chunky invoice that's like 60 days, 90 days late, and you're waiting for it to come in, and you may have spent the money already. That's one advantage I have now that I've scaled back my business. I haven't burned through a big chunk of my invoices on pay before I get them. So Domain CEO and Managing Director Jason Pellegrino said sellers were often struggling with a limited marketing budget, yet relying heavily on the listings exposure to be able to maximize the property's sale price. Well, I'd say that's the real estate agent's job, isn't it? It should be their job. They should have the charisma and the capability to get you that best price. The LimePay domain venture will enable agents to grow their business and ease cash flow strain both on and beyond the domain platform and help achieve better outcomes for their vendors and their business, he said. And if we jump here, this has been in the works for a while. Australia's LimePay and Domain jointly launch a Buy Now, Pay Later venture. Australian enterprise payment fintech LimePay and property marketplace Domain have launched a joint venture, Market Now Payments, that offers a Buy Now, Pay Later solution. So, this is just another take on the same thing, guys. So, a disruption to a market, helping smooth the cash flow through the economy and just sliding in there to that little niche. Because property is a huge part of Australia. Marketing for property is a huge part of Australia. And it is a niche where people are frustrated You know, they see all this money in property that people make, then they have to buy it, they pay stamp duty, then they have to sell it, they have to pay agent fees, they have to repair and do all these other costs, and then they have to do marketing. So it's not as easy as people portray. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.